Listen very carefully. The way to make wishes come true that you have believed in all along will quietly end right here today. Because a wish is not something you grasp at the final stage of effort, perseverance, or endurance. Instead, it is a phenomenon that the universe will inevitably begin to assemble into reality. The very moment you decide to become it and feel that everything is already there. You might be surprised, but whether a wish comes true or not does not depend on talent, environment, or luck. The universe is designed merely to read your state of consciousness accurately and will 100% shape a future that matches that frequency. In other words, becoming is not magic, but the simplest and most powerful method to connect with the mechanics of the universe. The moment you feel even a slight state of consciousness that I have become a successful person, the universe will begin to move. Necessary information will appear. You will connect with the people you need to meet. And seemingly random events will occur consecutively, guiding and pushing you toward the future where your wish has come true. The future you are about to step into actually already exists. You just haven't seen it yet, and it is quietly waiting for your inner self to flip the switch. Therefore, today you just need to listen. Simply by deciding to become, your desire will 100% come true. This is not a forced action, but a universal law that has existed from the very beginning. Even if right now, somewhere in your heart, you feel vaguely uncertain, wondering whether such a world truly exists, it is completely fine. At the exact moment you are hearing these words, your future has already begun to move. The power to choose an exciting future has always been within you. Today, let us open that door together. Chapter 1. By simply reaching the already existing state, you will step into a world where wishes come true 100%. First, there is one thing I want you to confirm. Whether a wish comes true or not is not determined by the outside world. How much effort you have put in, how hard you have tried, how much you have endured, these things might look important. However, what the universe responds to is not the volume of your actions. The universe faithfully operates based on only one thing: your current state of consciousness. The moment you feel it is already there, the universe will automatically place you into the flow of the materialized future. This is not a matter of believing or not believing, but an issue of the resonance of physical vibrations. The moment you emit the frequency of becoming, meaning, I already hold that reality in my hands, the universe will begin to operate to deliver 100% of the phenomena corresponding to that frequency. This is like tuning a radio frequency. If you want to listen to music but tune into the static frequency, no matter how much you turn up the volume, you won't be able to hear the music. But the exact moment the frequencies match, the melody will naturally flow. Becoming is precisely this frequency adjustment. You do not need to exert effort to pull the sound toward you. You just need to tune into the right channel. And the interesting thing is, once you are on that frequency, your reality will begin to change quietly, but surely. Unexpected opportunities will arrive, relationships will change, and seemingly random events will continuously unfold. The path will open up as if you are being swept toward the future where your dream has been fulfilled. This is not a miracle. It is the natural operation of the universe aimed at materializing the frequency you have chosen. Therefore, please remember, your dream is not a distant illusion, but one of the futures that already exists. The moment you decide to become, that future will inevitably move toward you so certainly that it cannot be avoided. What is needed is not effort, but simply tuning into that frequency, and from there, the universe will arrange everything else for you. Chapter 2. The universe contains infinite parallel futures, and you merely have to choose. Here I will tell you another astonishing truth. Are you thinking that the future you are heading towards has not yet taken shape? But the reality is the exact opposite. In the universe, all of your futures already exist. A successful future, a wealthy future, a future where you are loved, a future of living freely. Everything you can imagine, and even futures beyond your imagination, exist in parallel. We can call it an infinite frequency band. The life you desire is not a blank page waiting to be written, but a book where every page has already been completed. So, which future will you see? The answer is very simple. Only the future that matches the frequency you have tuned into will unfold before your eyes as a reality. This is exactly like television channels. Many programs are being broadcast simultaneously, but only the one program you choose appears on the screen. The universe has a similar mechanism. Countless futures exist simultaneously, and the future corresponding to the frequency you choose through becoming will be projected into reality. Therefore, if you keep directing your consciousness toward a future that does not come true, you are choosing the channel of that future. Conversely, the moment you align your consciousness with the me when the dream has come true, the universe shifts to the channel displaying that future. At that time, the world you see, the encounters, the timing, the events, all will be rewritten into the script of a future where everything comes true. Please keep one thing in mind here. The future is not something you create. The future is something you choose. And becoming is the act of clearly informing the universe of that choice. It is a frequency declaration saying, I choose this future. The moment you understand this mechanism, you no longer need to be swayed by reality. You just need to select the one script you desire from infinite futures, because right from the start, you have been living in a world this free and simple. Chapter 3. When you become, the universe shifts into gear, a silent yet overwhelming mechanism. Now, here is the truly fascinating part. When you do that, what is happening in the universe? Knowing the answer, you might probably begin to doubt the concept of blind effort. Actually, the very moment you align your consciousness with the version of, I have achieved my wish, a signal announcing that the future has been determined is sent to the entire energy field of the universe. This signal is much stronger and more accurate than you imagine. So, what will happen? First, your brain will change. Information that you previously couldn't see will now become clear. You will naturally pick up necessary clues from things you used to consider mere noise. The timing of things suddenly aligns strangely, and coincidences continuously appear. These are not coincidences, but evidence that the universe has begun to open the path leading to that future. Next, the people you meet will change. You might unexpectedly encounter people you were never supposed to meet, or an important figure may suddenly appear in front of you. And then, those people will naturally hand you the key to advance toward your desired future. This doesn't happen because you prayed for it. It happens because your act of becoming has caused the universe to rearrange the necessary characters for that future into your life. Furthermore, an interesting point is that your own actions will also change. You don't need to force yourself, but an urge to act will naturally arise from deep within. You will be able to act with a sense of being guided rather than acting out of impatience or anxiety. This is proof that the synchronization with the future frequency has occurred right inside you. a state where the universe is nurturing the future from within you. And here is the most important point. The universe not only responds to your consciousness, but it also begins to move before you do. The moment you decide to become, even if reality shows no clear changes yet, behind the scenes, the construction of the future has already begun. Hidden connections are formed, people move, information circulates, and the world begins to change quietly, but with absolute certainty. Thus, there is no need to rush. The moment you decide to become, the universe begins an unstoppable process to make your dream come true. This is not a miracle or magic, but the very structure of the universe. You simply need to ride that flow, and the future will surely appear. Chapter 4. The real reason your wish is stalled is the vibration of doubt. Here, there is one thing I want you to calmly reflect upon. The reason your desires have not yet come true. It is not because you haven't tried hard enough, nor is it the environment, nor talent, and it is absolutely not because you are weak. There is only one cause that halts the flow of a wish, and that is doubt. Will it really come true? Can someone like me do it? Isn't this wish a bit unrealistic? Such tiny vibrations of doubt have sent a conflicting directive into the universe's system. The universe does not read your words, but reads the frequency you emit. Therefore, if you make a wish while simultaneously harboring anxiety, the universe cannot determine which frequency to apply, and its movement will stop. However, I want you to rest assured, the emergence of doubt is not your fault. For a long time, we have been taught that without effort, dreams will not come true and things cannot go smoothly with ease. That mindset simply still lingers inside you. Therefore, it is natural for doubt to arise, and there is absolutely no need to blame yourself. And the next part is very important. The act of becoming possesses the power to instantly obliterate this vibration of doubt. Becoming means truly feeling yourself in the future and emitting that frequency right here and now. At that very moment, the vibration of doubt can no longer function, because doubt is born based on the premise of a future that has not yet come true. But when you place your consciousness in the version of, "I already have everything," the very reason for doubt dissolves. When you decide to become, the universe does not hesitate, reality does not hesitate, and the future does not hesitate. The only thing that hesitates is human consciousness. But it's okay. Right now, you are in contact with the frequency of the fulfilled future, not doubt. And that frequency is quietly melting away the doubts within you. No matter how small the doubt, the moment you decide to become, the universe will start moving again. Please remember that doubt is not your true nature. Your essence is the existence of someone who makes dreams come true. The moment you harbor a wish, the universe has already started moving. You have always belonged to the side that gets their wishes fulfilled. Chapter 5. When that happens, the world will rewrite itself to suit you. Here, there is a way of perceiving the world that I truly want you to experience. If you change, the script of the world around you will also change. Many people think that they can only change themselves once reality changes. But the mechanics of the universe work in the exact opposite way. The moment you decide to become, the world will start moving to match you. This is absolutely not an illusion. The moment you step into the frequency of the "I am successful" version, the universe will rearrange the characters, events, and timing that match that frequency into your reality. Just like backstage at a play, where actors are swapped, lighting is altered, and props are changed. the script of your life will be quietly reorganized. For example, a person you previously felt a bit uneasy around suddenly becomes gentle or starts helping you. Someone you haven't contacted in a long time suddenly sends you a message. Unnecessary people naturally leave, and necessary people gently appear. This is no coincidence. The change in your frequency has caused the world to readjust into the most optimal form for you. Even more interestingly, even in the same location, the world you see before and after becoming will be completely different. You start seeing opportunities you didn't notice yesterday. Your mind naturally becomes lighter, and your actions begin to flow smoothly. This is a sign that your consciousness has begun viewing things from another dimension. A change in frequency also brings a change in perspective. And here is the most crucial point. The universe will gently fade out environments or relationships that are no longer suited to the future you have decided to become. You don't need to stubbornly hold on, protect, or force yourself to distance yourself. The universe will keep what is necessary for your future and quietly remove what is not. It is like clearing the path so you can walk more easily toward a brilliant future. In other words, becoming is not just an action that changes you alone. It is a switch that triggers the transformation of the world itself. Therefore, just by shifting your consciousness a little, the appearance of the world begins to change. The people you meet will change. The timing will change, and the circulating flows will change. Everything will be arranged into a perfect form for your future. Please clearly remember, what changes your reality is not reality itself, but you. The moment you choose to become, the universe will move, and the world will change to fit you. Yes, the protagonist of your life, from beginning to end, has always been you. Chapter 6. The wish will 100% come true. The universe cannot reject the future you have determined. If you have listened up to this point, you surely must have realized everything solely depends on whether you choose that future or not. And once chosen, the universe cannot refuse that future, because the universe is structured to operate with priority based on the frequency of consciousness. The moment you choose that I will become this future, the universe receives a directive to gather phenomena that match that frequency. Subsequently, the hidden movements around you will quietly begin. The people you meet will change, the environment will be arranged, necessary information will naturally appear before your eyes, and the path to the future will converge into a single route, as if the world is working alongside you. And the most wonderful thing is that the universe will begin protecting your chosen future with all its power. Unnecessary choices will naturally disappear. The currents hindering your steps will be quietly severed, and only the necessary direction will emerge miraculously clear. It is as if the universe is steering the journey of your life, always guiding you toward an ideal future. Of course, along the way, events may occur that make you feel like you are taking a detour. But even those things are arranged as the shortest route to take you to the future you have chosen. In the universe, there is no concept of failure. Only adjustments regarding when, at what time, and how you will reach that future. The universe does not have an option where your chosen future does not come true. Therefore, please remember, your wish is not something that might come true. Its fulfillment is a prerequisite already set by the universe. The future you decide to become, the future you have chosen with all your heart, the future you have envisioned with eager excitement. All of these already exist in the spatial field of the universe, quietly waiting for your frequency to synchronize. The moment you declare you will become that future, it will inevitably draw closer to you in an unavoidable manner. This is the exact structure of the universe and the true law of your life. Your dream will 100% come true because you chose that future and because the universe cannot reject a chosen future. Chapter 7. You, the one living in a fulfilled future, are the existence constantly creating reality. And finally, I will tell you the truth about why you were born into this world as an existence capable of making wishes come true. As you have understood through the previous parts, a wish is not a reward at the end of a path of effort. The future simply needs to be chosen, and the universe will certainly obey the frequency you have selected. That is an unshakable universal law. So, what is your role after that? It is to start living from the perspective of a future that has come true. Many people always try to seek joy only after the future has appeared, but the mechanism of the universe is the opposite. When you feel joy first, the future matching that joy will appear. When you feel wealth first, wealth will manifest. When you feel love first, a reality overflowing with love will rise. In other words, reality is the projection of past consciousness, and the future is being created by your current state. Living in a fulfilled future is not an overly special action. It is simply bringing into the present moment a bit of perception regarding how your future version will feel, how they will behave, and what choices they will make. When you do so, the universe will begin building a reality matching that frequency with astonishing speed, as if the future is being repainted in your image under the light shining from within you. And the most important thing from now on is that you are taking a step forward from someone wishing for a dream to come true, to transforming into someone who creates reality. This is your true position in the universe. Simply by choosing to become, the world is rewritten. The universe will redesign the paths to match the frequency you emit. Your emotions, consciousness, and determination will naturally become the blueprint of reality. You no longer need to be spun around by the outside world, because you are the starting point of the world. When you waver, the world shakes. When you are steady, the world stabilizes. When you shine, reality itself is dyed in light. Please always remember, you are not the recipient of the future. You are the creator of the future. Not only will your wish 100% come true, but from now on, you will move forward as someone who freely chooses and constantly creates the realities you desire. Now from here on is your true life. The universe awaits your creation. Conclusion. Today, I would also like to sincerely thank you for listening to the very end. The fact that you are here right now and have been touched by these words is absolutely no coincidence. I believe your future is quietly calling out, wanting you to remember this at this exact moment. I simply borrowed the words to convey a bit of the whispers of that future. But if your mind suddenly feels lighter, feels warmer, or the light of hope has returned even a little, then to me, that is already a tremendous salvation. I myself am still inexperienced and not a perfect person. Even so, I always put all the devotion I can into every word each time I share, so that your heart can take a step forward even slightly, so that you can breathe more easily. The feeling you have received today will surely illuminate the future from now on, guiding you quietly yet firmly. Please believe in that. Even if you don't believe it, the future always believes in you. And if today's content was able to accompany your heart, or if you feel it brought you some strength, I would be greatly encouraged if you hit the like button for this video. That one small action of yours will be a solid support for me to continue maintaining this place. And if possible, please subscribe to the channel so I can continue bringing you the necessary messages at the right time for you. Furthermore, I would be immensely happy from the bottom of my heart if you could leave a short message in the comments section, such as, "I have received it." That is not just a declaration that you yourself are ready to receive the future, but to me, it is also a precious treasure that makes me feel truly good to have delivered this message today. Those words of yours will also become the courage that gives strength to someone else. May the you of today always be at peace, and may the days ahead be filled with tenderness, abundance, and wrapped in light far more than you are imagining. Your future has already begun to advance toward you. Do not rush. It will be fine. You just need to walk with appreciation at your own pace. Thank you very much for today. I truly look forward to meeting you quietly in the next video.